you know, the history lesson's awesome, and we've done a great job to get to this point. But if we are looking at multi-million dollars of expenditures, and we're looking at $100,000 of running debt, to run
But
the
again,
city.
you're mixing
Yeah,
the two.
I'm
This is the
mixing
city
it-
side.
I'm mixing it on purpose, right? If we're looking at spending that much money and that much debt, I'm just saying, I think the council needs to get together and look at every single line item, and every single penny, to continue to run sound ship.
Okay, well, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through the budget. That's what we're gonna do. But you gotta remember, the millions of dollars we have, those are on the utility side.
So we're gonna do this tonight?
We're gonna go through, yeah, we're gonna go through the budget tonight, you bet.
You know, I'm kind of new here, but,
Sure.
coming from the business world, this is when you look at an M&A, you know? Where you look at merging with Little Elm, or, you know, one of the other towns, because this is a pretty deep hole, you know, to kind of climb out of. And I'm sure there's history and reason why it's incorporated as its own little town, but it may get too big to sustain that.
Yeah, I think that your point is well taken. I mean, for us, like I say, the city side, it's doable. It is, it's doable, but it's tight. The utility side is gonna be tough. Like I said, look, we're talking about $7 million. How are we gonna do it? Gotta come up with a way. I think I can do it. I think I can do it in a way, but.
This is kind of an interesting thing, because we're fighting as a council not to raise the tax.
Good point.
And any other city would just raise it, whatever they legally can every year. And to your point, right, if we were to merge with Little Elm, tomorrow, our tax rate is 66 cents. And it will go up 8% every year is what they do.
Yeah, so
But we have roads.
That's true. That's a trade-off. That's right. I mean, the utility side is very simple. I mean, it's the same thing that every town does. Because look, in the state of Texas, if you go into debt, you cannot default. The Attorney General will not let you. So if we were to issue millions of dollars in debt, and we say we're not gonna raise the tax rate, we're not gonna pay it, or whatever, the Attorney General won't let us. We'll wake up and there'll be a court order telling us, here's your new tax rate. You have to pay the debt. So what every city does, they say, well, you know what? We need to expand the sewer plant. That cost us $150,000 last year. We're gonna borrow the money, and your new water and sewer rates just went up 12%. If you don't like it, move. That's what every other city does. They need to put in a $2 million big ball in the sky. Okay, who pays for it? Existing customers pay. Your rate is now this. If you don't like it, move.
And the case of Little Elm, they put up a water tower and then abandoned it.
Yeah, but they do. I mean, Little Elm has built-in annual rate increases in their water and sewer. It's already scheduled. It's a 5-year plan. It goes up every single year. Every single year, it's automatic. That's what they do. We don't do that.
Does anybody know how much debt we had in 2007, 2006?
Sure. Right here. Question. One second. Okay, I don't have,
It's okay.
I had, it, but anyway,
How much was it?
we're in debt, 110,000, 108,000, 110,000.
On roads? What were the deal with that was?
In what?
You said we had 108,000 in debt in 2017. Just, it was the roads?
No. I mean, no, the road, we've never borrowed money at the city. No, it was the utility fund.
Utility fund, okay.
Yeah.
So in 2007, we had X amount of money coming in, and we had a small amount of debt. We made the right decision here, we put concrete roads, and now we got this large amount of debt, we're paying it off, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward to now,
Yeah.
right, and that's why we're squeezed. So I think what has me concerned is that we just sat here and looked at not only the debt that we have for the concrete roads, again, not question decision, and I don't wanna go back in any other direction, I don't wanna repeat history, I'm good where we're at. But then we're looking at new well, new roads, new sewer lines.
Yep.
These things are at, if we're running the town on $100,000,
Yeah.
And again, I'm mixing words here, I'm mixing utility in general, okay, just to simplify it. But the amount of debt, I mean, we went from 30% debt to, I can't do it, 8,000%, I can't do the number, 5,000%? There's a big nut that we're, and again, we didn't vote on this, we didn't pass this yet, but if we just look at what we talk about, $100,000 coming in, let's say another $150,000 from utility, put it, maybe 100, we're looking at $6 million in expenditures. I mean, guys, we either need to really be very careful on how we're gonna do things, or we need to say.
Yeah, we're already careful.
Or do we take care of the existing town with the existing money and take care of the existing people, and then growth takes care of itself? I think that's the fundamental question.
Growth can't take care of itself.
I was gonna say,
That's what this is.
even if you ignore the ETJ, that problem doesn't go away. We have enough water for land plan. The remaining acres out there, we don't have enough water for, so you still have to do a well.
But we have a choice to supply water there, right?
No.
No, we
It's not the
don't.
city.
It's inside our city.
Our choice is to de-annex it and get rid of it, and then have no control of it, or to provide sewer and water out
Okay,
there.
I just want to be clear. We have a choice to supply sewer and water to these things. I'm just making, I just want to be, I'm not saying don't do it, but we have a choice to go
What's
into
your
that.
alternative?
My alternative is to have some budget meetings where we can hash all that stuff out in detail. That's what I'm suggesting. I think we're talking big numbers with, little income, big debt. I think we need to be very careful with what we're doing. And I think that people should have a say in it because the burden is gonna fall on the people. And I think we should over-communicate this before we do it. And if
Okay,
it's
well, let me-
over-communicated,
That's fine.
and everyone's good with it, I think it's
So
a.
let's just cut straight to the chase, okay? There's two possible outcomes. Either I come up with a financing way, a creative financing tool, which I've got, we'll pay zero. Or I don't. And we're on the hook with $100,000, we clear about $100,000 on the utility system, and we triple the water rates, and we triple the sewer rates, and we borrow about $5 million.
So you're
And then
saying,
we're in big trouble.
when someone tells me there's two choices,
That's the two alternatives.
I find it hard to believe that there's two alternatives to this massive.
Okay, the other alternative is we tell land plan you're no longer in our city, we give up all of our city limits over there, and we say you're not in our city.
But we have enough water for that. Didn't we say before we have enough water for land?
Enough water how?
Just repeating what I heard, right? We said we have enough.
We have
But I
enough
kinda
water.
doubt it's an either or, it's probably all of
I
the
mean,
above.
look,
somewhere
let
in the
me,
middle.
let me real quick here. Look, TCQ has rules that say you gotta have this much production for this many houses. Those are minimums, okay, those are minimums. Then there's Lakewood Village. The other part of the TCQ rule says you have to supply water sufficiently for your town's usage. If you're below the TCQ minimum, you get a violation letter. You are dead squat violated, you're in violation. Then there's us. Well, if the wells are already running 20 hours a day, our 3 wells to keep up with the 229 houses we have now, the land plan brings in 49, if we've got 70 empty lots, you can't get there from here, unless you go to water ration.
Right, that's exactly, we have enough per the requirements, but that means right now it's gonna be water once a week.
So
Plus
there's-
water usage inside your house.
So the statement before that we have enough water for land plan is not accurate.
We have per the state requirement.
You're not gonna get dinged from the state. The state wouldn't say you're in violation of, Texas Administrative Code 123.456. We're not gonna get a violation. Now, from
What
an
we don't have
operating
enough water
standpoint,
for is one house using 100,000 gallons of water per month. That's what we don't have enough water for.
and we have that in a couple.
Carl?
No, actually, it wasn't wrong.
It doesn't matter, that's just what we have.
So when you say, do we have enough water, if we got water in like Frisco, 2 days a month, sure, we've got enough water for 1,000 houses. But we don't do that out here. We tend to want to water whenever we want. So if that's our lifestyle, if that's our quality of life that we want to maintain, then we're gonna have to put another well. That's it. Again, it just, at some point, you gotta pull on your big boy pants and you're gonna have to be a city. And unfortunately, this is one of those times. You can't put in $100,000 well. That ship has sailed. It's 2016. Wells cost $1 million. You gotta go down 1,400 feet. It's $1 million to put in the well. You gotta have storage tanks, you
If
gotta
we
have.
use a well, right?
Huh?
I mean, if we use a well, if we use a source of some other water, if we outsource, if we go to Little Elm, we use, there's other
The
options.
problem with going to Little Elm is they're on surface water, which means that that's controlled by the water provider.
You're
You're
automatically.
automatically restricted.
And you can't mix it.
You can't mix well water with surface water. It's chlorinated differently. You can't intermix them.
So we abandon our entire
So
system.
we give up our wells.
And we go immediately to water rationing.
Or you use it for the new people. I mean, what I'm saying, guys, is there's more than two options here. I mean, in 5 minutes here, we came up with 3 or 4 different options. All I'm saying is let's pull the people together and come up with some different options. And the only reason is because of the large amount of debt, not because of how we're running the city, not because the plans are wrong, because I mean, you guys did a great job on the engineering side. All I'm saying is before we take on the debt that the people are going to be responsible for, we lay out all the options. And then you may go with option A, B, or C, but there's more than 2 options here.
The options I see, again, the best option is we don't pay anything. You agree that's the best option?
No, I would not agree that's the best option. The question is it legal? Is it proper? If the
Dan,
plan
why would
is
why would I say something that's illegal? Why do you say that?
Because what I'm saying is if other towns are doing it, and it's best practice of other towns, and we end up with nothing, that's pretty cool. That's good. If we're using some creative financing, because I haven't seen it yet, I just want to make sure that if we're doing something creative, are other towns doing this? If not, are we going to run into additional legal fees? Are we going to have to go fight this in court? Are we going to have to do something to back this up years later that's going to end up costing us? So as a small town, I would say, what's the best practices of other towns and keep our costs low?
That's not what we're gonna do. Because the best practices of other towns are, they don't give a damn about it, they just borrow the money, raise the tax rate, and you eat it. That's the best practice right now. They don't care, they just pass it right on through. That is best practice. That's what all the other cities do. Now, we have some unique opportunities here because our tax rate is very low. Little Elm is 66, Lake Dallas is 74. We have a very low tax rate that allows us to do some creative financing to be able to offset most of our costs. Okay, we can do that. Now, it's complicated. I've been dealing with financial advisors, tax advisors, our tax attorneys, trying to put this thing together. It's complicated. I think it's worth doing. It's a difference between $5 million, our share of the $7 million, and 0. I think it's worth doing. I think it's worth trying. Okay? Of course it's going to be legal. The Attorney General has to approve every debt issuance, has to be approved by the AG. You can't issue debt without the Attorney General approving it.
Just things we do. We all went through 2007, 2008. I think creative financing burned people. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying let's lay it out and make sure we understand the risk.
Oh, I'm not gonna do it blind, I'm gonna tell everybody what it is. No, trust me, there's gonna be an inordinate amount of hearings and everything.
When do we see it? That's all. What's your target? Are you shooting for end of September? Or when's your target to explain to?
I'm waiting on the developers right now. I'm trying to see, I don't even know how many houses we're talking about.
So that,
Haven't seen.
Okay, can I add a comment here? Okay, Dan, I think the council recognizes your concerns. I certainly do. I don't want to speak for everyone else, okay? But at the same time, we're 2 hours into this meeting, and we're really not talking about what's on the agenda. So can I suggest that we get back to the agenda and press on?
Fair enough. I agree. Thank you. Okay, then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to executive session in compliance with 55107-4. Personnel matters, evaluation of the town secretary, evaluation of the administrative system. You guys stay out here and eat cake, and we are gonna go in the back and talk about some admin stuff. I don't anticipate it being too long.